Do kids actually remember how much they were loved? Most parents wonder about this. They wonder if their children will remember the birthday parties, the vacations, the Christmas mornings, the toys, the sacrifices, the late nights, the things they did every day to make life better. But what if children remember something entirely different? Imagine two adults. Neither remembers much from before the age of 5. Neither remembers most of their birthdays. Neither remembers what gifts they received. Yet one grows up feeling secure, confident, comfortable asking for help, able to trust others. The other struggles with self-doubt, fear of rejection, and a constant feeling that they are not enough. Why? If both forgot so much of childhood, how can those early years still matter? The answer may lie in a different kind of memory, one that remembers feelings more than facts. Psychologists call this emotional memory. Most of us cannot remember many events from our earliest years. This is known as childhood amnesia. But while specific memories may disappear, the emotional lessons often remain. The brain is constantly asking questions. Am I safe? Do I matter? Can I trust the people around me? And the answers are stored long before children can explain them with words. Let's look at an example. Imagine two parents raising their children. Sarah is busy, very busy. She works long hours. She sometimes misses school events. She cannot afford expensive vacations. But every night she sits on her daughter's bed before sleep. She listens. She pays attention. When her daughter is upset, she takes it seriously. When her daughter succeeds, she celebrates. When her daughter fails, she comforts her. Now imagine another parent. He buys expensive gifts, plans amazing trips, provides everything his son could want. But when his son is scared, he says, "You're fine." When he cries, he says, "Stop being dramatic." When he wants attention, he is often distracted. Years later, which child remembers being loved more? The answer may surprise you, because children do not measure love the same way adults often do. They do not count dollars. They do not count vacations. They do not count presents. They pay attention to something else, how they felt when they needed someone. This idea is at the center of attachment theory. Developed by psychologist John Bowlby, attachment theory suggests that children build an internal picture of relationships based on early experiences. If caregivers are consistently available and emotionally responsive, children develop what psychologists call secure attachment. The world feels safer. Relationships feel safer, and they often carry that feeling into adulthood. But does science support this? One famous experiment gives us a clue. Psychologist Mary Ainsworth created something called the strange situation. Young children were briefly separated from their mothers and then reunited. The researchers were not interested in how upset the children became. They were interested in what happened when the parent returned. Some children quickly calmed down. They sought comfort, then returned to exploring. Others remained distressed, avoided the parent, or struggled to settle down. The surprising finding was that these early attachment patterns often predicted later social and emotional outcomes. Not perfectly, but strongly enough that psychologists still study attachment today. What mattered most was not perfection. It was responsiveness. The child learned whether someone would be there when they needed them, and that lesson stayed with them, even if they forgot the individual moments. This helps explain something many adults experience. Some people describe their childhood as warm, yet they struggle to recall specific events. Others remember countless details, but still describe childhood as lonely. The feeling remained, even when the memories faded. Neuroscientists believe this happens because emotional experiences shape developing brain systems involved in stress, safety, and relationships. The child may not remember 1,000 bedtime stories, but their brain remembers what it felt like to be comforted. They may not remember every hug, but their nervous system remembers whether the world felt safe. This is important because many parents worry about getting everything right. the perfect vacation, the perfect birthday, the perfect childhood, but children are often paying attention to smaller moments. Did you listen? Did you notice them? Did you comfort them when they were afraid? Did they feel accepted when they made mistakes? These moments may seem ordinary, but they quietly become part of the story children tell themselves about who they are. Years later, they may not remember the conversation, the car ride, the bedtime routine, or the random Tuesday afternoon, but they may remember something deeper, the feeling that someone cared, the feeling that they mattered, the feeling that they were loved. And perhaps that is what children remember most. Not every event, not every gift, not every celebration, but the emotional footprints left behind by the people who raised them. So here is a question. When your children look back on their childhood one day, what feeling will remain after the memories are gone?